Hello. Right now, I am only talking to anybody who's possibly watching this live stream on replay, which is probably nobody. uh, Rubbing my neck. Very difficult challenge. uh, I'm gonna. I'm gonna be, I think, pretty calm during this live stream, more calm than usual. Uh, I'm just gonna try and, chill out a bit in this stream. It's about 2 in the morning, and I don't know why I wanted to live stream, but I did. I do have the microphone on for the stream. You just can't see it. It's in the bottom, being this bottom corner over here. It's barely off screen. Honestly, it's about right in front of the camera. I'm surprised it's not picking it up, but it's just slightly off screen. So yeah, audio quality should be decent. I tried to find a decent spot in the house to stream at. Um, as I said in last live stream, I wasn't joking about random pictures being on the wall literally everywhere in this house. It's unbelievable. And yeah, there's not really anywhere in this house I can go that doesn't have one of these random pictures on the walls. uh, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Because trust me, I would be streaming there if I could find a place, but nope. Uh, I'm gonna make my best effort to keep up with the live chat in this stream. Just kind of relax. I'm gonna be semi calm, semi normal human in this stream. So if you guys want to talk about something, feel free to, because the title of the stream is not a joke. I am a bit tired right now. You may be asking, why am I live streaming if you're tired? Good question. I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't know. It's just like second nature for me to hit that start streaming button. And it just comes very naturally. Honestly, streaming comes more naturally for me than actually sleeping. Because I actually try to sleep and my brain's just running a million miles an hour and there's no way I could get to sleep. So, insomnia at its finest hour and its greatest form. Do me a favor, guys, if you want to like the live stream, it does help promote the live stream to other viewers, which hopefully we're gonna need as many viewers as possible in this stream, because I don't know how much longer my brain's got before we reach the expiration date. And I'm probably going to be running out of topics not too long. Which is why I want to rely on my live chat. And it's always ironic to me because I've had a lot of live streams, people complain me I'm not reading the live chat. And then I'll have a stream like this where I actually tell people that I'll read the live chat and then they don't put anything in the live chat. I just don't understand. I mean, obviously, it's not the exact same viewers I have every single live stream. Get different viewers different times, but I don't know. I just, more and more I live stream, more and more I do really anything in life, the more I think that people just don't know what they want. It is pretty amazing how little people understand each other these days, and even understanding themselves. Um, I'm talking from personal experience with myself as well. I'm actually an introverted thinker, so I think all the time. I try and understand myself better, and these live streams are a great way of doing it as well. But um, I just it's really it shouldn't be a surprise, honestly, with the internet these days and millions of other things keeping people's attention. It's not a shock that they don't have any time to understand themselves, either always working or enjoying their hobbies or, watching YouTube videos. uh, Not much of a surprise that people don't leave much room for them to actually understand themselves. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep talking about weird subjects like that until you guys get the live chat rolling. I'll try and reply to the live chat, but you know how it is. If I get one of these weird thoughts that enter my head, um, you're pretty much done for. There's pretty much no shot. But I'm gonna try and keep up with the stream. I am a bit tired right now. As the title says, I may be yawning. But hopefully, this is just a relaxing live stream. No, I am not gonna do ASMR. Sorry, not sorry. I don't think I really have the voice for it. I mean, I guess anybody can do it. You just have to whisper into the microphone. Come on now, VM. What is this get some sleep nonsense? Dude, even if I try to get some sleep right now, just because I'm tired doesn't mean I'm gonna be able to sleep, alright? Unfortunately, most people, they assume because you're tired you can fall asleep. With me, that's not the case. I am tired the majority of every day of my life. Um, whether, but that doesn't mean I'm sleeping every day. Well, I am sleeping about every day, usually. Usually. I'm not sleeping the whole day. Uh, do have to stay awake every now and again. Yes, this is gonna be a calmer stream. I'm not gonna be digging into the sarcasm in this one. At least I don't think I will. He'll probably slip through the cracks at some point, but I'm just gonna try and pretend like, I can just be a normal human the way other normal humans talk because I really don't have much energy for anything else tonight. Oh man. Of course, because I actually tell everybody I'm gonna read the live chat. Nobody puts anything in the live chat. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe everybody's finally been realizing, if you watch my past live streams, how it goes when you say anything in the live chat. Usually I end up just misconstruing everything you say. Put something in the live chat, I'll probably take it in a completely different direction and usually use it for sarcastic purposes. But I might act. This is one of my rare nights, guys. You gotta take advantage of this. Because if you actually give me a legitimate question in the live chat, there might be a chance I give you a legitimate answer. Which 90% of my live streams, I'm just gonna. If you ask me a question or I'll never give you a straight answer. I'll just dance all around it. It's definitely not just a defense mechanism because I don't feel like, you know, just taking things at face value because my brain tends to overcomplicate everything. How old am I? There you go. That's the idea, VM. I told you, if you ask me a legitimate question, I'll give you a legitimate answer in this stream. I'm 20 years old. Exactly 20. 20 years old, 1 month, and I have no idea what day it is, so I can't tell you the number of days. Oh. Do I play Rocket League? Not usually. I don't have Rocket League, but my one friend does, and I played him before, but I got to a point where I was beating him, so he doesn't want to play anymore. So, But we usually played on teams though. But we usually, I haven't played that much. He doesn't play that much either. So if we try and play online, we usually get creamed. Where do I live? Pennsylvania. The state of something, something, something. The state of perpetual happiness. At least that's what they say, but I have yet to see any signs of that. Uh, it's just another place, honestly. I always get a kick out of when people think they can solve their life problems by moving to another part of the country or another country entirely. It's unfortunately the world is the way it is. I don't think it really matters too much. Obviously, there's advantages and disadvantages to certain things, but it's not going to fix your life. You're dying of heat in Mexico. These past few days has been a bit rainy, and it's not been too hot today and yesterday, but before that, yeah, it was in the 90s for temperature, so it can get pretty hot in Pennsylvania as well. I would give you my 10-day weather forecast, but I haven't exactly been checking the weather apps. I'm not that old yet, guys. I'm not old enough to where my top priority in life is checking the weather for the next 10 days. Watching the weather channel. Uh, do I like the rain? Have you ever seen the rain? Okay. Sorry. I'm not going to be singing in this stream because I will never do that. No matter how tired I am, I refuse. Uh, yes, I like listening to the rain. It's nice to go to sleep too. Um, I don't know if any of you guys ever had this, but anytime I go to sleep, I always need to have outside noise. Um, I need to have some kind of noise that I can listen to so it will keep my brain from thinking about 100 different things. If I don't have any noise in the background, if I'm not listening to the rain or have an earbud in listening to something, I can't get my mind to shut up. And I'm just going to be laying in bed for quite a while. uh, but yeah, I went outside today and just forced myself to sit outside for like an hour to 2 hours. I think it was a little over an hour, not 2 hours. But I just forced myself to sit out there because sometimes I'm starting to realize recently that I spend a little bit too much time on my phone, and that may be one of the contributing factors why I don't have a very high tolerance level for other humans, other like real life, anything in real life. It's funny if you spend enough time on the internet consuming stuff on the internet, you can just pretty much it really depletes your tolerance level for things in real life, and it's very easy to get impatient with other people and very easy to just become insufferable. Trust me. Um, that is the way I've been for the past, I don't know how many years. I guess I somewhat feel bad for the people who are surrounded by me, but to be honest with you, I usually just leave them alone and I save all the insufferableness for these live streams. Just slap on to my viewers. It's called ADHD. You don't necessarily have to have ADHD to have an addiction to the internet. People just slap ADHD, that term, around so much these days. I mean, it's just another one of those things that's been losing its meaning. Where is the silver microphone? It is right in front of my face, but just far enough off camera to where you can't see it. It's right. It's right there. Yeah, I gotta get the microphone off camera because, I'm so concerned. Just way too many people and in these live streams just telling me about, how, oh man, you have that huge microphone, man. What are you trying to do? Just hide behind your microphone so we don't have to see your hideous face? What, are you just using this microphone to make yourself pretend like you're a professional YouTuber? To just boost your confidence level every live stream, even though we secretly know that you actually have no self-confidence and that your microphone is the only thing that gives you any slim chance of having any confidence? No, it's for the audio quality, viewers. It's for the audio. The audio, it's not you don't have to overthink it. Trust me, I know what it's like to overthink these things. It's for the audio. Amazingly enough, the mic is just for the audio. It's very complex, but yes. If I was a smart YouTuber, I would probably update my camera and not just use my phone for my camera because, man, the quality of this is just hot garbage. But cameras, unfortunately, to get a good camera, that costs a little bit more than getting a decent microphone, unfortunately. What are we talking about my ears for, Stevie? Can't be talking about this stuff. We gotta keep that top secret, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try and read the live chat in this stream, guys. I know it's unbelievable. Sometimes I just get on here and I just talk and talk and talk. And I never read the live chat, and my viewers have made me aware that's not what you're supposed to be doing. But don't worry tonight. It's what, 2 in the morning? It's gotta be 2 in the morning. Yeah, 2 in the morning. I'm a bit tired. Gotta go to bed here in a few hours, so you caught me at the best time possible. If you ever seen one of my live streams before, which the chance of that is pretty much non-existent because I'm a smaller YouTuber, so chance that you've ever seen anything I've ever done, even though I put over 1,000 videos and live streams, is still probably about 0. So yeah, but if you have ever stumbled across one of my other live streams, usually I don't respond to the live chat very frequently. It may or may not have something to do with the fact that usually it's just people spamming and rage baiting in the live chat. It's definitely not just because I'm just rambling the whole time and I don't feel like paying any attention to it. Thank you for the 10 likes on the stream, guys. I appreciate that. You need $17 for a hamburger meal. Oh, from Five Guys. I was gonna say, that doesn't make much sense. Yeah. I was gonna say, $17, that seems a little steep for a hamburger meal, but yeah, Five Guys. I completely understand where we're coming from now. Get a thing of French fries is over $5. Dude, we talking about colonoscopies in this? My father got one of those glorious operations, I think sometime at the beginning of the year. He informed me it's not very enjoyable, so I'm gonna make sure that my life ends before age 50. I'm gonna stack up on the junk food, take a lot of measures that's gonna shorten that lifespan, because I really don't want to have to take one of those. Thank you for those encouraging words, Sean Robinson 728. Very encouraging. I don't know if I can handle that much. No, generally, I don't enjoy eating possum stew. That's not exactly at the top of my favorite food list. Um, yeah, but no, I don't think I ever want to try it. I don't know. I just kind of freak out at the part where you say possum. Oh my. Stay Tuned has switched YouTube accounts. Come on now, Stay Tuned. I know it's you. Nobody else does this. You're the only one who does this. Uh, Guys, you got any other life changing questions for me here? Because if you don't, I'm going to have to keep looking at these copy and paste comments by Stay Tuned alias Cole Olds. Chocolate milk? As long as the chocolate milk is not out of date, I have no problems with it. But yes, I'm sure that's not actually what you're referring to. As long as any type of food or drink is within the so-called expiration date. That's one thing I've always wanted to know. How do they even determine when the expiration date is for certain things? I know milk is pretty obvious. It goes bad pretty quick. You gotta get when it's fresh. But a lot of things like the expiration dates like a year away. It's like, do they just assume that like a year from now it's gonna be expired, or is there like some kind of scientific reasons behind this? Oh, good for you, man. We definitely need more people in this world that like chocolate milk to the extent that you do. Yes, guys, I am a bit tired. I just wanted to have a nice little chat with my amazing viewers because if I don't say they're amazing and I just say random strangers I've never met before a day in my life, that just doesn't hit the same way. People don't like that. You gotta call them by their name. Meet any random stranger on the street. You can't say, hey, random stranger. You have to say, hi, my name is this. Hey, what's your name? Because that's the polite thing to do. And we always do the polite things. You always have to have good manners, guys. Even on YouTube. uh, just send me the $17 so you can get the hamburger meal. Dude, you haven't told me how to send you the $17. Yo, stay tuned. Are we actually going to talk about something else? I've never heard of this before. Again, thank you for the 10 likes, guys. We're knocking it out of the park tonight. I don't know how long I'm gonna live stream, but I know if I came on this live stream and just exerted all my energy within the first 20 minutes and you know, just went absolutely nuts, I know it would be a very short stream because I was already a bit tired when I started this thing, but it's only gonna get worse. So that should be very encouraging to you guys to stay watching this live stream. I'm really tired right now and I'm probably gonna, fall asleep in the next 20 minutes. So you better stay in here for that because that would be extremely entertaining to see somebody just fall asleep during their live stream. Bet you never seen somebody fall asleep before. What Southern accents are captivating? Are they really? Uh, Dude, are you assuming I have a Southern accent? You know, the people who usually assume I have a Southern accent, they've obviously never heard a thick Southern accent before, because it doesn't sound anything like this. This is when the chupacabra comes out. I don't know about that. Um, that'd be good though. I wouldn't mind that. Liven up this live stream. Get things rolling. I'd be all for it. How am I doing? I'm tired, Gabe. I'm tired. But, I decided to do a live stream anyway because I'm so smart. uh, yes, I don't have my max energy and I'm trying to make a YouTube live stream. I know that's just shameful. If you don't have the max energy and you're not in the exact perfect mental state and you don't have everything just figured out and you're just in the perfect place for live streaming, if everything's not totally perfect, just don't live stream. Just don't do it. It's a complete mistake. Again, thank you for those 10 likes, guys. You love watching old classic movies from the 1980s? Well, yeah, I guess those are old classic movies now. Dude, you gotta get watching these. You gotta watch some 1940s movies. Uh, Abbott and Costello or Red Skelton. I would highly recommend. Problem is, if you can't get past watching black and white footage, you're probably not gonna enjoy it. But you know, it's a real shame. Thankfully, my parents brought me up on black and white movies, and it doesn't bother me at all. But unfortunately, most people always start out with color movies, so they can just never get into black and white movies. So you're really missing out on these life-changing experiences, guys. Love watching the old Star Trek movies. I've personally never watched any Star Trek movies, old or new. Never seen any of them. I know, blasphemy. Back to the Future. I have seen the Back to the Future movies. I can get on board with that. Those are good movies. Obviously, my favorite character is Old Biff. Anytime that man runs into a manure truck, it just makes my day. Favorite movies are Ghostbusters, Top Gun. I've seen Ghostbusters, never seen Top Gun, seen Back to the Future. Believe it or not, I've never seen the full Jurassic Park movie. Yes, I am not a real human. I've heard the theme from it and I've seen clips, but that's about as far as it goes. Prequel Star Wars, whoa. Be careful. Talk about how good the prequel Star Wars movies are. People are gonna murder you on YouTube. I mean, to be honest with you, as somebody who never grew up with the original Star Wars movies and actually watched the prequels before the original, to be honest with you, it doesn't seem much difference to me. And I know I'm just stirring up a bunch of controversy. I'm not doing it on purpose, but honest with you, a lot of the people who love those old Star Wars movie, it's a lot of it is nostalgia. I'm not saying it's bad, but to be honest with you, I watch Empire Strikes Back, and I'm pretty sure the only reason people say the movie's so good is because is just the reveal of Darth Vader. But if you watch the reveal that he's Luke's father, but if you watch the prequels first, you already know that. So it kind of takes the fun out of it. And to be honest with you, the whole first hour of the movie I about fell asleep. So I'm sorry to be honest with you. I watched Lord of the Rings before I watched Star Wars, and I've honestly never been able to get into Star Wars that much. Once you watch the Lord of the Rings movies, every other movie just starts to pale in comparison. So I would highly suggest not watching the Lord of the Rings movies until much later in life. Or else you're just going to desensitize yourself toward pretty much everything else. Sorry, I just went on another little rant there. I apologize. I do read the live chat occasionally. Gunsmoke, Twilight Zone. Yeah, I've seen the Twilight Zone. Uh, the Waltons. Yes, I've seen that. Andy Griffith Show. That's what I'm talking about. My favorite episode is Barney in the Choir. Peak comedy right there. Having Don Knotts opening up his mouth and having this guy with an insanely deep voice in the background singing for him is just, it doesn't get much better than that. Don Knotts, one of my favorite actors of all time. He's a very unique individual, which is good if you want to be, if you want to do well in Hollywood, you might need to be a unique individual. Or you just need to look good, let's be honest. Some of these people, they can't act, but since they look good, just slap them in there. Oh, here we go, guys. 7 viewers, 11 likes. My favorite gas station. I literally try and find it every live stream. You guys are gonna have to skip us by the 11 likes if you want me not to mention it. But I've caught it the last 3 live streams. Thank you for that amazing donation of $50. I think I would like the old Star Wars movies better, but I just don't have any nostalgia for them. Obviously, I enjoyed Darth Vader choking out all the officers with the Force. That's probably my favorite part. I actually like the third one's called Return of the Jedi, right? Sometimes I get the names mixed up because isn't there the Last Jedi and then but Return of the Jedi is the one from the original. Last Jedi is one of those newer Disney ones or whatever. Um, but Return of the Jedi is my favorite of the original 3 because it's got the Emperor in it, and I like seeing lightning bolt shoot out of that guy's fingertips, and then him cackling with that weird laugh he has. I probably actually like the Emperor more than any other of the characters, even Darth Vader. Have I ever drank whole milk before? No, only chocolate milk. Regular milk, it's just too healthy. Can't take it. Sequels are terrible from a writing standpoint. Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah. The original ones, I think the reason the people like the original ones a lot better than the sequels is because there's more the dialogue isn't as rigid and the characters feel more like real people than just somebody reading a script. uh, yeah, it feels more natural. Yes, that I needed those $50 for the electric bill, man. These live streams aren't quite cutting it as far as covering the cost of the electric bill. So that $50, man, that just saved me right there. Oh, that's actually an excellent question. Have I ever drank water before? Occasionally, I do have to drink water. I try and stay away from it as much as I can, but it does unfortunately sustain my life supply, so I can't totally avoid it. But thanks for asking. Almost up to 15 likes, guys. Yes, I know this live stream was gonna do worse because I'm actually being a normal human who actually has interests and talks about things they enjoy. I know it's extremely boring. Um, and there's tons of other people on YouTube who do it 10 times better than me, but I just I don't have the energy tonight to do anything else. It's unfortunate. John Candy. Yes, I've seen him in the Home Alone movie and Uncle Buck. That's all I've seen him in. But from what I've seen of him, yes, he is a funny guy. Yes, Dr. Thunder. Every off-brand version of Dr. Pepper, that's where it's at. Yes, Wyatt Schaefer. That a lot of people have told me that one before. That is nothing new. All right, stay tuned. I know what we're talking about here. I do not want to be labeled as sexist, because that already happened last live stream. Do I really care? No. But I don't really feel like getting into any heated discussions with any females tonight, or anybody really. I don't have the brain power to argue with somebody tonight. I would lose the argument very quickly. Thomas is still waiting for his hamburger. You also have a monotone voice. Congratulations. Very rarely do I get to meet my fellow monotone voice people. Little Rascals, yeah, I think I saw Little Rascals when I was a kid, but I don't remember much of it other than the one kid, Alfalfa, whose hair sticks up in the middle of his head. Which I do that quite a bit, but it's not on purpose. Oh, don't get on the guy who needs his hamburgers. Alright, he said he was getting his hamburgers from Five Guys. If you're ordering food from Five Guys, just having a job isn't gonna be enough money for you. Five Guys is expensive. Very expensive. Very steep prices. Yes, I just ruined my chance for Five Guys to ever sponsor my YouTube channel, but to be honest with you, I've never seen them sponsor anybody's YouTube channel. Oh, come on, give him a break. He just wants his hamburgers, man. I can understand that. If somebody, I mean, there's a lot of things we do in life. Asking somebody for some money for a hamburger isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm a real stand-up guy. I don't know about that. Thomas, I understand the pain of not having enough money for a hamburger. I understand your pain, Thomas. I wish I had a burger right now. But unfortunately, wishing doesn't get me that burger. You know, if I had a genie that asked me for 3 wishes right now, I would use one of them for a hamburger. You know, why not just ask for 100 hamburgers or 1,000,000 or a lifetime supply? Reason I wouldn't ask for a lifetime supply of burgers is because the burgers would go bad and they wouldn't end up being lifetime supply. You would just get a whole bunch of burgers that would all go rotten, and then you wouldn't know what to do with them. So there'd be no point. So you can only order a couple of burgers, just enough before it goes bad. Go get a hamburger and keep the wish. Yeah, pretty good advice, Michael. I should probably follow that, but thankfully, I don't think I really have to worry about it because I don't think I'm gonna have any genies asking me for any wishes anytime soon. I haven't exactly come upon any, random lamps to get wishes out of recently. Um, I should probably be on the search for that. Do I remember you? To be honest with you, no, I do not. I know that's like me telling you, I don't remember you, so, I don't value you as a viewer. I value all my viewers, guys. I'm very considerate of my viewers, especially if you want a hamburger right now. Oh, are you the guy who mentioned Mr. Beast last live stream? Somebody mentioned him last live stream, but I don't know if it was you or not. It might have been, because most people don't talk about Mr. Beast in these live streams. You've been here since the attic days. My goodness, I'm sorry. I don't recognize you. If you've been in my streams long enough to where you can remember the attic days, that's pretty impressive. Thank you for that donation. Now I can get that $5 burger. Thank you. That'll contribute for the burger. Any contributions for burgers are appreciated. Look like I've grown a bit. Well, I'm sitting on a higher chair in this live stream than I was last live stream, so I'm not sure how you can tell that, but that's pretty impressive. Veggie burger? No, Scott. Anything with the word veggie in it, I'm not gonna be touching that, so no veggie burgers. You guys ever had veggie straws? Yeah, for some reason when I was in school, I distinctly remember this one kid who always had a pack of veggie straws on the bus, like every day. Like he always had it out and was always munching on them. It was disgusting. The man's breath smelled horrible. Um, I'd get a whiff of it every time I passed by his assigned seat, and yes, unfortunately, our bus driver was a little bit insecure and had to control everything that happened in his bus. And he had to put assigned seats because we were such troublesome children. But yeah, veggie straws, anything veggies, not good. Not good. Anything the color green other than my t-shirt, not good. Not good. Dude, I have a lot of PTSD from literally anything from related to the school days. It's really weird once you get out of high school because, man, it just, yeah, I don't know how to describe because you can't ever go back. I mean, once it's done, and it's just some wrongs, some things that happened in life will just never be reconciled. And I don't know. It just, dude, sometimes I still have nightmares about some of the things that happened in school, and it was just No, I wasn't one of those kids who was able to stand up for themselves because I just a little bum, just getting knocked around, literally and figuratively. No, honestly, my school days weren't the worst. A lot of people had worse than me, but school is school, and if you don't have nightmares from it, yeah, I don't think you're a human. I mean, you can't be a human. Can't possibly be. You never think about that? You never think about what? You never think about your days in high school or school in general? I try to forget, but honestly, the harder I try to forget things, the more it comes to my mind. I always hate it. There's something I know I probably shouldn't be thinking about, um, and I know I should stop because it's being detrimental to my mental health. I'll probably keep thinking about it, even though I know I shouldn't. It'll just keep happening. Thank you for the 20 likes, guys. Ready for me to keep telling you about PTSD from high school? Because I think we're all on board for that subject matter. Older you get, the more you'll forget about it. Yeah, Scott. I'm sure I will. I'm only a few years removed from high school, so it's still a bit fresh in my memory, but I trust you, Scott, because, you know, anything that's like 10 or more years older, pretty much just out the window, unless it was a very unique experience in your life that just really you'll never forget. Anything 10 years old or older, you're probably not gonna remember. Unless you write it down or keep a journal or a diary. I was definitely not one of those kids who was just reading my brother's journal, and just like the peak of my life was waiting until my brother finally fell asleep in bed and just scouring the room for his journal, and then finally finding it was just the pinnacle of life. Yeah, I also remember when I was a kid, our parents wouldn't let us on the computer. They wouldn't let us on the computer very much, because you gotta go outside and play and be normal kids. You can't just be desensitizing yourself from a young age. But so they had a password on the computer, but you know that thing where you can click on it to check and look at the words of the password? One time I did that when my dad was typing in the password, and I saw the full password, and I remembered it, wrote it down, and then me and my brother would sneak out at nights to the computer when mom and dad were in bed, and yeah, we went to town on that computer. Uh, but I still remember certain things like that from that would be 10 years or older, because it was just, man, it sometimes you wish you could go back to the point where you weren't so desensitized and the peak of your life was actually doing stuff like that, but I don't know. At the same time, I would never be willing to take the full measures to get back to that point, or if it's even still possible. Sorry, I just went on another little random story time there. uh, were we smart enough to delete the history after using the browser? Yes, we were. We did do that. I have a full head of hair. Yes, I am thankful for that every day. A lot of people are still convinced that it's just a wig. But I tell them it's not a wig. Full head of hair. I'm only 20 years old. It'd probably be more rare for me not to have hair than to actually have hair. Uh, uh, you enjoy my story times. Thank you, Wyatt. Unfortunately, I think you're in the minority in that one. Most people join the live streams to get validated through the live chat, so I try to usually keep up with that. Otherwise, the stream is going to do terribly. But, I mean, the stream is going to do terribly no matter what. So I just kind of stopped caring at this point. I guess it depends what your definition of terrible is. But this is not very high standards. I think we can agree with that. You rushed your 20s and had a kid at 24. Honestly, that's not super young compared to a lot of people when they have kids. But, yeah, well, to me, it's still young to be having a kid. I guess for a male human being, that's relatively young. Females are having kids earlier than that usually, because, you know, the old tried and true, the male usually has to be older than the female. It's not always how it works, but it's usually how it works. I don't know if it's just because the female brain apparently matures faster than the male brain, or maybe it's more likely that females just tend to rush into relationships faster than males. I didn't say that, guys. I'm not sexist. I can't say stuff like that. I'm not saying all females, alright? It's not a generality about the entire female species, alright? Please retract that. Write that off the record. No, I just... Dude... if I had to be concerned about literally everything that came out of my mouth, there would be no point in even live streaming. There'd be no point in live streaming. If it was live streaming, it'd just be like reacting to something or doing something, not just talking into a microphone for how many hours straight. Or else you're gonna slip up and you're gonna say something people don't like, and next thing you know, banned. Do I have a girlfriend? Well, Scott, since I'm being honest and truthful tonight and I don't have enough energy to fool around with you and be sarcastic, no, I do not have a girlfriend. I don't plan on ever having a girlfriend. If my life gets that miserable, I might just have to take precautionary measures. No, I'll have to check myself back in line. I usually find it pretty pathetic when people have to rely on another individual just to make their life worthwhile, but unfortunately, that's kind of how human beings are generally usually wired. I still find it kind of pathetic, though, but it's just kind of how it works, so it's just one of those things you gotta accept. Accept it or just ignore it. People definitely don't usually choose the fact of ignoring when it comes between those two options. I still have needs, yes. Unfortunately, Scott, I'm still reliant on food, shelter, clothing, because that's kind of public decency. I don't think YouTube would like it if I just came on here without clothes. Why did I just paint that image in everybody's head? Please leave the stream. That's disgusting. No, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm still reliant on certain things in life. Fortunately, the human body is reliant on sleep, food, water, all crap like that. So I can't really escape everything, so... Oh, it's definitely not that society just takes advantage of all your needs, and they play that to their advantage. They don't do that, you know. They respect you. They respect your needs, and they don't just manipulate it for their own benefit. Anywho, thanks for the 22 likes, guys. Yes, I actually acknowledge that we had 22 likes, and I didn't just make up a random higher number for absolute no reason to make myself feel better. Oh. Am I relying on YouTube to pay me money? Absolutely not. That would be foolish. I mean, you can lose your YouTube channel at any, like, very easily. I mean, you could lose a regular job easily as well, but um, YouTube's just more of a thing for side money. Unless you're doing really, really well, and there's no way YouTube would ever ban your channel because you're too valuable. But I don't think that's ever going to happen to me, so I don't think I have to worry about that. He builds robots for a living. Yes, Scott. Scott, you're one of my few viewers that has stuck with me over multiple months, to the point where you probably remember those live streams of me ranting about robots. It's nice to be reminded of some of the things I've done in my past every now and again. Most of it I would like to forget, but some of it is nice to look back on. Why do I keep whistling? Questions. Oh man, I started talking about something else, and my movie buddies talking about movies are left the stream, talking about old TV shows. I never get to talk about that with anybody. Man, I wish they had stayed in here. Hello! Welcome into the live stream, where I will definitely not just ignore everybody's live chat because I'm ranting about something that nobody cares about. I definitely don't do that all the time. Lord of the Rings, bud. You want to talk about Lord of the Rings? I can get on board with that. Sorry, nose is a bit stuffy, and we don't have money for tissues. Yeah, that's a lie. I mean, you could use multiple different things for a tissue if you really needed to. Have I ever seen Jaws? No, I have not, but obviously I have heard the Jaws music. Alright, that was very bad. That was very bad. I'm horrible at doing humming or just noises of tunes. Very bad, but I know what it sounds like. I just can't make the same noise with my mouth, apparently, even though it's pretty easy for all other humans. Fortunately, that was not a gift I was blessed with. It's a real shame. Greatest movie of all time, Jaws. That's a wild statement there, Scott. No, honestly, I don't think anybody has ever said that there's a definitive best movie of all time. Certainly, there's movies that people say are some of the best of all time. But most people, at least on YouTube, will never be courageous enough to say definitively that movie is the best of all time, which is the way it should be because movies are subjective. It's based off of whether the certain random person watching it enjoys it. And, I mean, you can use certain criteria to rank movies, but at the end of the day, it's all about the enjoyment factor, and that varies from person to person. Forrest Gump, greatest movie of all time? Well, believe it or not, Wyatt, some people have accused me of being Forrest Gump. Sounding like Forrest Gump. I just don't understand it, but it's a real shame. Crystal, I'm sorry for looking in your eyes. That is, my apologies. That is a as grotesque, disgusting act by me to be looking directly into the camera. Honestly, it's a rarity today, guys. I usually don't look straight into the camera, and if you don't believe me, trust me. Watch some of my past live streams. I'm usually just like doing this the whole time, just looking at everything else. Definitely doesn't have to do with the fact that I have a hard time focusing on objects because may or may not dislike focusing on just one object because I get easily distracted. Uh, yes, I am looking at all of you guys. I actually figured out a brand new invention nobody else has ever done before in the history of mankind. Nobody else has ever created. Two-way YouTube. You guys can see me, but I can see absolutely all of my viewers. Yeah, imagine if we could actually advance to that point. You know what that would be like? And nobody would watch the live streams because they wouldn't be able to hide behind their keyboards. No, I'm not on the toilet right now, man. Nope. Nope. I know people get very concerned when they can only see the top half of my body. But you just gotta trust me on this one. You gotta trust me on this one. Did I watch Michael Jackson? Not intentionally, but I have seen him before. Where am I from? Pennsylvania. No comments. Rubbing my eyes. Thank you for those 25 likes, guys. That's my favorite number. It's pretty much where these streams have been evening out at the past 2 or 3 streams. So you are a vampire. People have accused me of being Count Dracula before. So, yes, they have. What do I do? Well, I decided today to live stream at 2:30 in the morning. Don't ask me why. I live stream a lot, about every other day. That takes up what, 1/20th of my day usually, because I stream for either 3 or 4 hours usually. Recently, I've only been going for like 2 hours because I don't know. I haven't had it recently. Just haven't had the same energy levels. I don't know. Just haven't seemed to gotten it together the past few live streams, but you know, I think part of it was because I was streaming at like normal people hours. Usually my prime time is 3 or 4 in the morning, but my sleep schedule's not quite there yet. I'll get it there in the next couple of days. I probably won't be live streaming tomorrow, though, unfortunately. Um, you know, I have to do certain things that are just beyond human comprehension, and it takes up most of my time. I would elaborate, but I don't even know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to elaborate. Am I a successful scammer? Yes, I've successfully scammed 29 people into liking this live stream against their will. I put them under my hypnotic spell, and yeah, they're pretty much done for. Thank you for complimenting my hair. Dude sounds like Nick Fuentes. Dude, I am Nick Fuentes. Probably why I sound like him. Mike Judge. There you go. You're hungry, Andrew? Well, one guy earlier wanted me to buy him a hamburger from Five Guys, so are you going to be requesting the same thing, or is this just that same guy with a different YouTube account? Yo, I don't know why anybody would ever request a hamburger. Why don't you request something more elaborate? How about like a cheeseburger or a bacon cheeseburger? I used to really like bacon cheeseburgers, but I used to really like a lot of things when I was younger that for some reason just haven't had the same type of hit that they used to. No further elaboration on that. Thank you. You love my accent. Unfortunately, not everybody shares that same sentiment as you have. And, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know the way it is, guys. People never actually notice their own accents. So anytime somebody compliments you on your accent, you're like, dude, I even have an accent? Don't even think about it. Everybody has an accent. Believe it or not. This is definitely not just common knowledge. What am I saying? I don't know. That's not a Pennsylvania accent. Well, I told you I live in Pennsylvania. I didn't tell you I was born in Pennsylvania. No. When I was a child, I actually watched a lot of people on YouTube who had southern accents, and then I just kind of copy and pasted it. And you know, to be honest with you, most of the people I met in Pennsylvania I don't even like, and that's definitely not just because I just don't like humans in general. It's actually because I just don't like people from Pennsylvania, including myself. Um, Anybody from Pennsylvania is just they just gotta be a horrible individual. And I can get away with saying that because that's where I'm from. uh, yes, that is an advantage of being single. Just another advantage of being single. Here's some more advantages of being single. I don't know. Maybe being able to do whatever in the world you want to do and not have to worry about another human, dragging you along to all the things they want to do or guilt shaming you into doing whatever they want. That may or may not be another possibility. uh, uh, Nick. Nick, is somebody trying to impersonate me? Nick Fuentes is my name. That sounds rough, Andrew. Sounds tough. Tough and rough. I like to say tough and rough because, it's supposed to be rough and tough. But I've never exactly liked doing things the way people do them. I never liked thinking about, being a successful YouTuber. So, I just decided I wasn't going to do that. I'll try and be as bad as possible and see how that goes. uh, yes, Trey, I am soft as butter. You got that correct. I'm an old softy. Old softy. I just let people roll all over me, man. It's not like I just make fun of myself all the time, and that's kind of my number one secret to enjoying life. It's cheaper being single. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one. Unless your partner actually makes more money than you, which, um, you know, that's not always the case. Sometimes. And, if everything else in life fails, guys, just marry somebody that makes a lot of money. Even if they're hideously ugly. And just ride off of their coattails. Because, seriously. Well, what else is there to do in life? What, form real relationships with people? That's just unheard of. I don't understand. I don't understand people who crave actual relationships with other humans. Everything is transactional in life, and that includes relationships with other human beings. You just take advantage of people. It's like that's the playbook for life. It's not that your human body actually craves real relationships with other humans, and that's just like the way you were programmed. No, no, you were programmed to manipulate people. You were programmed to scam people because that's what gives you fulfillment in life. And I don't know why more people don't tell other people this. Maybe because they're too busy scamming people themselves to actually mention that fact. Uh, yes, you need to start respecting me. I agree with that. Why you put "you suck" and then put a question mark afterward? That's usually should be a statement. Like, are you trying to make your mind whether I suck or not? Should be pretty obvious by this point. Go in the army, dude. Nah, more of a navy man myself. No army. How'd I end up in Pennsylvania? Well, funny story about that, guys. Here's how I ended up in Pennsylvania. All right. So I have these two people, and one day they decided that they wanted to spend the rest of their life with each other. And they said that, but the rest of their life actually meant like until our kid gets up until high school, and then we end the relationship. But they decided that they took their vows, and then they felt like it was a good time to start having kids, and they decided to do that in Pennsylvania. And yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but I don't think they had this in mind. I don't think when they were like, we should have a kid. I don't think they had in mind just this random dude doing live streams, talking to random strangers in the live chat, making absolutely nothing of his meaningless life. I don't think that didn't quite enter their realm of thinking. That didn't it just I don't think that's what they're thinking. I think they're thinking more like, "Hey, maybe this kid will become an astronaut or invent the cure for cancer or, be a law-abiding citizen at least," but no. Why in the world Pennsylvania? I don't know. I'll never know. It's kind of weird. Some people just like to stay in the same area because that's all they've ever known and because their relatives and people they know live in that area. And it'd be really weird if they just moved to another part of the country where they didn't know anybody. That may have had something to do with it, but other than that, I'm not really sure. You guys enjoying this blurry camera footage right now? Definitely, it's definitely not like I could afford to get a good camera, and I just choose not to because I don't want you to see how ugly my face really is. uh, Slave to the paycheck. Yes, I am a slave to the paycheck. Um, you know, uh, you know, unfortunately, I am a slave to money. We're definitely not all slaves to money because maybe that's kind of what our entire society runs on, money. Um, Man, earth-shattering information right there. Uh, you're enjoying this, yes. I can tell you're enjoying this, Wyatt. I can see you through the camera screen, and I can tell you're having a little bit too much fun right now. I think you need to calm down a bit. I'm getting a bit concerned about your blood pressure. The doctor's going to be having to pay you a visit here soon if you get too much more excited here. Yeah, Scott, we're all looking forward to my autobiography. How to keep 9 viewers' attention in my amazing live streams. How to keep 5 people's attention. How to get 31 likes on a live stream. Man, people would be clamoring to buy that piece of art. We never get Smash gameplay. Okay. What are we doing here? Stay tuned. How many different alt accounts do we have? If you're gonna try and fool me, you at least need to like start talking about something somewhat normal before you get into the oh you never play Smash Bros type of thing. Do you work at McDonald's? No, I graduated from McDonald's and I moved on to Burger King. So on to bigger and better things. Burger World. No, not Burger World. We're on the main brand version, not the off brand. I promised to take you fishing, Scott. I don't remember that. I don't. I might have done it. I mean, it's a little hard for me to remember the insane amount of hours. If you totaled up all the hours I've spent in these live streams, I'm sure it's over 100. It's a little hard for me to remember exactly everything that's come out of my mouth through these live streams, and it's a good thing I don't remember because that would probably cause me to think twice before doing another live stream. Like, if I look back at my live streams and looked at how dumb all the things were that I was saying, like actually listen to it like you guys have to, like you guys are forced to, and definitely can't just turn off the stream anytime you feel like it. Um, if I had to go back and bear through it like you guys do, I would probably second question myself before the next time I do a live stream, so I don't do that. What's my real job running, man? If we get up to 100 likes in this stream, guys, I'll tell you what my real job is. It's definitely not just Burger King. I had a great aunt who used to work at Burger King. She loved that place, man. That was her home away from home. Yes, it is hard to believe, man. I've gotten $1.16 in this live stream, and now I'm just an egotistical, narcissistic, worst human being on earth. And you guys, I don't know how you tolerate this because ever since I got that $1.16 in this live stream, I'm just pretending like I'm the king of the hilltop. I'm just absolutely stomping all over my viewers. It's really bad. I need to value my viewers a little bit more than this. Wyatt, are you leaving the stream? He might have already left the stream, guys. That's unacceptable. Apparently my hypnotic spell to keep him on the stream didn't work good enough. You work in a warehouse factory? Are you seriously asking that, Scott? I mean, what else would you do in Pennsylvania but work in a warehouse factory? If you want to make over $20 an hour, that's like all you're able to do. You can't do anything else. Thank you for that donation. I know. Somebody just contributed an extra $1.99 to my ego. That was a mistake. Man, I was already insufferable enough at that $1.14. Now we're up to $3.15, which actually we're more like at $2 because YouTube takes 30% of all commissions I make because that's the joy of being a YouTuber. But hey, they give me the opportunity to make $2 over streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not gonna complain. It's better than, wasting my time just, doing normal people things for an hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, my ego's gonna be absolutely off the charts at this point. You look like you dig at a graveyard. Dude, I would actually... this might sound a little weird, but to be honest with you, I would probably prefer that job over my previous job. And digging at a graveyard doesn't sound like a terrible thing to me. uh, Thank you for saving us from saying any profanity in the live chat. I appreciate that, Weirdo Alert 21. There might be younger audience members, and we can't have them seeing any of this profanity. Oh, scratching my head. No need for the gym. Obviously, no need for the gym, man. If you work at Burger King, that's the equivalent to working at a gym. In fact, that's even more work than working at a gym. Flipping those burgers, dude, you have no idea. Flipping burgers for 8 hours a day, that's gonna build your muscles up like you've never seen before. You're here with a very easy question. Can you donate to me $17.50 so I can buy a hamburger from Five Guys? Unfortunately, no, I cannot do that. Have I ever been to Hershey Park? Scott, you actually know of a landmark, of a place that people go to in Pennsylvania. I'm very impressed with that, Scott. Did you just look up like places to go to in Pennsylvania? Because that's about one of the only places you'll find. Yes, I've been to Hershey Park. I was there. I was there the one day that Saquon Barkley was there. Sometime last year. No joke. Didn't realize he was there until later. I don't know how often he goes there, but it was interesting. If you don't know who Saquon Barkley is, trust me, you're not wasting your time with that one. But honestly, I've never really been much into amusement parks because, to be honest with you, this old body is just, it doesn't get easily amused. It's called amusement parks, but even that can't cause me to experience amusement on any level whatsoever. Just riding the biggest roller coaster, acting like it's just an everyday occurrence. Going down, I don't even put my hands up. I just sit there like I was just sitting here right now in this live stream, nothing happening. Not much difference. Just missing the days of not being desensitized by literally everything life has to offer. Sorry, I thought when I started this live stream I wasn't gonna have enough energy to rant about random things. But you guys have been doing a good job in the live chat of keeping me distracted, so I am trying to read the live chat. Yes, dude, I'm sorry. I don't worship Saquon Barkley. Please dislike the live stream because I said something you didn't like. Wouldn't exactly be the first time that one happened before. Former drug addict? Well, not former. The definition of meh, yes, Steve Clark, that's the idea with these live streams. People don't want. The human mind definitely doesn't just gravitate towards putting things as either good or bad, right or wrong, and that's the way the human mind likes to comprehend things. It definitely likes it when it's in the middle, and it's just meh. That's why like everybody appreciates the middle child more than the older or younger one. Because whenever it's in the middle, there's something just right about that, and the human brain just really can capture that. Oh, come on. Yes, this is my manager Pete telling me I'm fired. Definitely not just Billy, who was in my last live stream. I do remember you. You thought I would forget. I didn't forget. You should have switched that YouTube account. You're from West Virginia. Oh my. Oh my, Scott. I know a few people from West Virginia, and unfortunately, they're not exactly giving your state a good name. Pardon me, I just belched. uh, I love this. Restored 84, bro. You're 20. You got a lot of life left. That's hilarious. Yes, because I am live streaming on YouTube, that obviously means I've just completely given up on life. Uh, that's pretty funny, though. There's no good or bad. Yes, Steve, I was definitely not just being sarcastic. I definitely don't just do that every live stream. I'm definitely not just doing that right now. Is this a common occurrence with me getting fired all the time? Yeah, I do have a bit of a bad track record. You know, I just have a really hard time focusing on any one thing, and that includes keeping and maintaining a job. It's definitely not just because I'm an untalented, unwanted, just no use as a human. I've got like no use. I've got all these diseases that prohibit me from, you know, being achieving my max potential, even though that's pretty low. And and then I just have a hard time focusing on it or having a motivation of any kind. It's a real problem. I said everything is blah. Well, everything can be, some people, a lot of people don't understand this, but, you can complain about things and it doesn't necessarily mean you just gave up on life. I know it's a tough concept. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I guess you could say I've given up on life, but technically I'm resigned to the fact that I'm gonna keep living and my body is gonna keep breathing and I'm gonna keep functioning. Why do I keep saying everything like this? um, I'm resigned to that fact, so I guess you couldn't say I gave up on life. I guess people just use that term as in like you have no motivation to better yourself or no motivation to make something of your life. And when I say make something of your life, I basically am just referring to other people's definition of what makes something of your life is, which it probably isn't a great idea to base whether or not your life has been worthwhile based off of what other people think because they're not exactly living your life. Yes, that's definitely not just a coping mechanism. uh, dude, I made $3.15 in this live stream. Technically, but that's just the gross profit. I get 70% of that, so $2. Dude, I made money on this live stream. I'm obviously not giving up on life, even though $3 really can't buy you literally anything nowadays. Could buy you a gumball, but even then, they don't even hardly sell gumballs anymore. Missing the days of when gumballs used to be a quarter. Everything's over $1 now. Unless you just rob the place, but I've heard that's not exactly highly recommended. Sorry, I keep ignoring the live chat. I'll just keep I'm just gonna keep apologizing for it and then just keep doing it anyway. When I apologize for ignoring the live chat, that's like giving myself permission to just do it again. It's not like people in everyday life are just constantly apologizing for things that they're just gonna do it again, so there's like absolutely no point to forgive them. I've definitely never had prior experience with that before. Talking about the shoulder blades. Sorry, man, I'm not exactly a expert on the anatomy of the human body. If you guys could give me a reference to where all the major arteries are on the human body, I would appreciate that. Too early for flapjacks. Yeah, a bit too early for flapjacks at this point. Not early enough, though. Not too early, though, for some hamburgers from Five Guys. Never too early for that. Opinion on Brawl Meta Knight. My opinion is that a lot of people know a lot about Meta Knight and Brawl, but they don't really know much about any of the 38 other characters in the game. That would be my opinion. At least I can say confidently that a lot of people know about the high tier characters and they know like nothing else. But yeah, Meta Knight is good in Brawl, but you know, if you tell me you enjoy the game, but you really only enjoy Meta Knight, that's not the same thing. A lot of people say they love Brawl, but they really only love one or two characters in the game. That's not loving the game. Maybe that's why it doesn't have a very high fan base. You like playing everyone except Ice Climbers and Meta Knight, to be honest. Good for you. Yeah. I enjoy playing with Meta Knight. I can't stand the Ice Climbers. They're my least favorite character. Don't like playing with them or against them. That's like the one characters in the game that I just wish were completely gotten rid of. I think I'm pretty well fine with everybody else. 1v1 me and Brawl. I would stay tuned, but the problem is, you never join for any of my Brawl stuff. You only ever join for these random live streams, so that's not exactly my fault now, is it? TD Sadie, another person that's actually interested in Brawl. Unbelievable. I was starting to wonder, like, it's gonna get to a point, guys, where most of my subscribers on this channel don't care about Brawl. And they only subscribe to me through these live streams. Because these live streams, as bad as they do, they don't perform as badly as the videos do. Now, my last video did pretty well. Pretty well as in over 1,000 views, which I don't know if that's saying much, but it's good for my standards, which, again, isn't hard to achieve. Yes, Brawl is very underrated. Unfortunately, if you look up most people's YouTube videos on Brawl on the internet, all they'll talk about is Meta Knight, chain grabs, and random tripping. And then that pretty much scares off everybody from ever playing the game seriously. So, maybe people should stop doing that. Thank you for the 40 likes on the stream, guys. Didi versus Luigi. Are you asking who I think would win, or is that like your favorite matchup? I would say Didi would probably win that matchup. Well, Didi's the better character. That doesn't necessarily mean he'd be favorable in that matchup, but I haven't really studied that matchup too much. Here you go, washing machine. Are you happy? Gotta take out the wash. Yes, it's always nice to connect with another human on the other side of YouTube. Definitely doesn't just cause pain and make you regret every decision you ever made in life. Marth versus Ness, yeah, I think I heard about that matchup being really bad. Isn't it that Marth can just like forward throw chain grab him to death or something like that? I don't remember what it was. But honestly, if you just ignore these certain things that make like aren't very good that people wouldn't like in Brawl and make the game boring or whatever, it's not hard to enjoy the game. Uh Hey man, would you like to play a song for me? Yes, if I wanted to get copyrighted and get my channel a nice little copyright strike, I'd be willing to do that. Problem is, that's not exactly on my agenda for tonight's live stream. uh, you love Brawl with a passion, then hopefully you would enjoy my channel. I don't know if you have been following my channel or not, or, but totally dedicated it to Brawl because nobody else was making a YouTube channel on it. Yeah, Brawl is more than chain grabs. Not even half the characters in the game have chain grabs. Alright, Tim. Enjoy copy and pasting that in other people's live streams. You're the first person who actually ever openly admitted to me that you just copy and paste the same thing on everybody's live streams. A ton of people do that. They just usually never admit it, so I appreciate that. Ever watch the movie Scarface? I like Scarface, the villain from the original Batman the Animated Series. Um, Other than that, I have no other experience with anything called Scarface. I used to have a scar on my face, but it's faded out over the years. It was on the top of my head. Um, Slight accident as a child. Fell out of a moving vehicle onto a sidewalk. Not recommended. Had to get my head glued back together, and I've never been the same since, as you guys can tell through these live streams. I also had a weird incident where I don't remember how old I was, probably 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere in that range, but I remember we used to have a trampoline in our backyard when I was a kid, and I remember we had our cousins over one time. My one cousin was like, hey, is it alright if I like bounce you as high as you can? Like you can bounce the other person? Like, and I was just stupid kid. I was like, yeah, sure. And I was just a little lightweight kid. I wasn't even 100 pounds, probably like 70, 80 pounds. And I flew off that trampoline, and we had these cement blocks that held down the trampoline in case like there was a lot of wind and it could blow trampoline over, so to keep it down with the cement blocks. I hit the back of my head on that. So the amount of times I've had blunt force to my head, it shouldn't be a surprise that the live streams end up me just ramly talking about certain childhood trauma events. uh, you're cool. Thank you, Wyatt. That's some pretty high praise right there. Gotta tone that down a bit. I don't think anybody ever told me that before. If they did, I just chose not to read it. A big yawn, yeah. I mean, that's kind of why this live stream is called I'm Tired. Because I knew I was going to be yawning a lot in this one. This channel is underrated. I would hope so. I put over 100 regular videos, over 1,000 shorts probably at this point. Definitely over 500. How many ever live streams I've done now? I mean, I've explored every facet of YouTube, and I still haven't hit 2,000 subs yet. Which is pretty shameful because the way life works, guys, is you can never be satisfied. If you hit 2,000 subscribers with your channel, not good enough. You need to hit 3,000. You hit 3,000, you need 4,000. You hit 4,000, you need 5,000. That's kind of the whole way your life works. And that's definitely not the reason that people, once they finally retire from working their whole lives, they literally don't know how to enjoy life. Just just sit down and enjoy life. They don't know how to do it because their whole life existence was, if I do this thing and then I do the next thing, that's going to be what makes it worthwhile. And, I never actually just stopped to be like, you know what? Why don't I just enjoy what I have in this present moment and not really care about whether I have 2,000 subs or not? But no, never do that. Uh, I would really like to know whether humans were actually designed that way. Like that's just the way they function, to always look forward to the next thing. And that's the only way they can get through life, is just by doing the next thing and never enjoying anything. Or if they were actually meant to enjoy it, and this whole thing about chasing the next thing was just complete brainwash. Yeah, stay tuned for when I fall asleep on stream. I've never fallen asleep when I've been sitting up before, so I don't know that's ever gonna happen. I'm not quite that tired. Alright, chapstick. Great name, by the way. I hope you join a future live stream because I can use all the help I can get here at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the amount of money I made. Dude, I made $3.15 gross profit off this live stream. My life is now validated. The internet is rigged. I mean, everything is rigged. You just have to figure out how you can get in on the rigging. The YouTube algorithm is rigged because it's a set thing. It's not just random. Feels random sometimes, but there are determining factors. It's just I kind of choose to ignore those determining factors. Like, maybe you have to make interesting live streams for people to stay around. I'm just like, nah, you don't have to do that. We'll just work around that. Everything feels rigged. Some things genuinely are rigged. I don't know. It depends what your definition of rigged is. I guess technically, if you saying it's rigged because there's people controlling certain things that affect your life, but you don't have any control over it, yes, that is very true. If you're saying it rigged as in like nothing ever goes your way because that's the way it was planned, not necessarily, but it can usually feel like that because there are more losers in life than there are winners. It's unfortunately kind of how it works. But again, it depends on what your definition of loser is. If you're satisfied with your life and all these great things, does it really matter? Not really. But you saw me at Lowe's yesterday. I know you did. I saw you staring me down. I am pretty wise for a 20-year-old. Well, to be honest with you, I wish I wasn't, because it's not very enjoyable to have any sort of wisdom. Ignorance is bliss. It's a very, very true statement. You'll donate me 1 cent. The PayPal is on the YouTube channel, so I am looking forward to getting that 1 cent. What's up, man? What are we talking about tonight, dude? It's just random stuff. Uh, I don't know. I just keep switching back and forth from talking about normal people things like, things people are interested in, and then just randomly talking about life crap. And I can't stop flipping between the two, so it's just what it is. Being smart is a blessing and a curse. Unfortunately, I would separate being smart and having wisdom as two different things. Wisdom is something you learn from life experience, not from textbooks. Being smart, uh, usually people just determine based off of how many useless random facts can your brain store. The more you can store in your brain, the smarter you are. To me, that doesn't mean anything. um, there's a lot of random, useless facts you can get crammed in your brain, which is why I didn't ever pay attention in school. Because they pretend like it's supposed to make you smarter, but what it actually does, cram your brain with useless random facts that you'll never use a day in your life. At least most of them. Some things are helpful, like reading and writing. Better than that, not much. uh, but yeah, just cram your brain with useless random facts so you can't like ever succeed in life. Yeah, that's definitely not what the whole education system is designed for, and of course, people don't figure it out. Because why would they? Why would they? I decided to keep my brain free of facts. I try to keep my brain free of facts that I know are useless. Facts I know will never be used for anything. Um, I try to keep free of that. Sometimes my brain does gravitate towards certain things. I'm a bit of a baseball fanatic, so even though I don't really try, my brain usually stores a lot of facts about baseball that I really like don't need. But I just really enjoy that sport, so my brain tries to. It's just very easy for me to remember things pertaining to that sport. Um, I mean, your brain's always going to be more biased toward the things you enjoy to remember the things you enjoy and not things you don't care about. Uh, just kind of how it works. But, you have to filter it a little bit. At least try. Or else one day you're going to wake up and you're going to find that you don't have much more room left in your brain to actually learn things that are somewhat helpful. And that's going to be a very tough day because then there's nowhere but to go but down. You can't go up anymore. Uh, am I wise about baseball? I mean, I did play baseball for 15 years, so I do have real life experience with it, not professional experience. I wasn't that good. Blew my shoulder out. Do I care about aliens? Of course I care about aliens. I care about all forms of life. I don't desecrate any forms of life, alien or human. You kind of breathe like you're overweight. Uh, I'm just tired, so if I'm breathing heavily, it might have to do with the fact that I've been talking for the past 2 hours. That might have something to do with it. I'm not giving myself enough breathing breaks in between all the words coming out. Yes, wild boar. Unemployment, baby. That's what we're talking about, wild boar. Oh, man. I can see we're getting our usual suspects in here tonight. I feel like I've seen some of you guys in here before. Copy and pasting the exact same things. Is there really nobody else streaming at 3 or 4 in the morning? AI is going to be taking most jobs soon anyway. I mean, it's already taken a decent amount. We just need to get to the point where AI can literally do everything for us. Can literally just feed us our food, tuck us in the bed at night. Oh man, we're up to 45 likes. Just kidding. 50 likes. Just kidding. 60 likes. Sorry. Dude, I mean, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. This is usually the guaranteed time that you're probably not going to be working. I mean, unless it's the overnight shift, the graveyard shift. Somebody thought I looked like somebody who would work in a graveyard, and to be honest with you, that would kind of be right up my alley. Working alongside dead corpses. Sign me up for that. Unfortunately, I have this weird thing where I kind of prefer dead people over living people. Not to say I would force that to happen. I would never do that. It's just I have an easier time with dead people because I can just keep talking and talking, and I never have to worry about whether they actually care about or whether what I'm talking about or not, or literally anything. And I don't have to listen to anybody. Just do my own thing. It's great. No, it's not like you can't just do that by yourself. That's a good joke there. The dead corpses joke. I appreciate that. Honestly, most people in today's society are dead. They just don't realize it. Most people are just going about their daily lives pretty much like robots, never using their brains, never stopping to think about what they're actually doing. They're just all working out of instincts, out of habit, out of daily routine, and, before they know it, their life's pretty much over. And, maybe you should stop to think about what you're actually doing, but I guess not. You talk like a robot. Yes, because I am a robot. I am an AI robot perfectly programmed to read every live chat that actually can compute to my system. What do I do for fun outside of YouTube? Alright, I will try and control myself here and give you a straightforward, honest answer that is easy for you to wrap your mind around. Sports is what I used to do a lot when I was younger. Now that I've gotten older, can't really get away with as much unless you're good enough to be a professional. Or you're just playing like a softball league for old folks, which is not really up my alley. Usually playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And, man, what do I do other than YouTube? Eating food. That's one of my favorite hobbies. Sleeping, another. Definitely not just daily life tasks that you have no choice in. The other hobbies I have are a bit too embarrassing. Bit too embarrassing for YouTube. Bit too embarrassing. I gotta keep my ego, guys. I gotta keep my insane ego from earning $3.15 on this live stream. I gotta tone down the narcissistic tendencies here. Ever thought of playing Melee? I have played Melee. I could never get into it, though. It's so different from Brawl, I just can't bring myself to do it. If I ever have, like, a month of just where I have absolutely nothing to do and I have no care in the world and the rest of my life is just free and easy and I don't have to worry about anything, I will play Melee. Problem is, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Thanks for the 50 likes, though, guys, even though I'm never gonna play Melee. Do I think I think the problem is people get on other humans for having egos, but you have to have some type of self-worth. And nowadays, anybody who has any self-worth or confidence, they just get labeled as egotistic or narcissistic. Unfortunately, it's kind of a little hard to live life not having any value for yourself, not having any self-value, not like, not caring about literally anything you do. Trust me, I've tried it before. It's not easy to live like that. Not easy, and it makes life a lot easier if you can disillusion yourself into thinking you're a way better person than you actually are. As long as you don't cross the line and go too far. Yeah, I mean, if people don't have any ego, then like, I mean, what? How are you getting through life without any self-value? I mean, unless you just focus on other people's needs 24/7, but that will become very energy draining, and then you'll start neglecting yourself. Yeah, the narcissism stuff is out of control, but everything is out of control nowadays, so it doesn't make much difference. Why is he avoiding my questions? I didn't see your questions. If I did, I only read the first two words, and that clued me in the fact that I didn't need to read it. If you put paragraphs into the live chat, I probably won't read it because very hard for me to focus on something for that long a period of time. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that are so-called civil. There's a lot of things that are so-called normal for humans, and they're just not. Um, there's a lot of things in life that are so-called normal, but problem is, it's apparently normal for humans to just completely eliminate all their weaknesses and flaws, but that's just a part of being a human. But apparently you're supposed to get rid of all that stuff or else you're not going to become successful in life. So you wonder why people have a lot of people have mental health issues and all these different things is because, maybe you're eliminating part of your humanity that you're not supposed to eliminate, but you have to because it's like apparently what you need to do. What's for breakfast? Dude, I'm not staying awake that long. Oh. Okay, Axel. Am I from Canada? No, not from Canada. Never been to Canada. Probably never will be to Canada. Did I have a shot at college? Possibly. Wouldn't have been Division 1 though. Division 2, I could definitely have played Division 3. That'd been easy. Probably didn't even know Division 3 existed, but it does. Um, yeah, I was a pitcher. This is a surefire way to get everybody to leave the stream, is me talking about my life experience. Just bear through for the next 2 minutes, and then I'll get back to whatever we were talking about, narcissistic tendencies. I was a pitcher, and our team made it to the state tournament for Pennsylvania. 15 and 16-year-olds, and that was one of our team's best pitchers. And I was a decent hitter too, but if I ever tried to pursue professionally, it would have been pitching. But I'm only 5'8", so that it was probably never gonna happen, even if I didn't blow my shoulder out, because to be a pitcher in the major leagues, you kind of need to be over 6 foot tall unless you're Marcus Stroman. Other than that, yeah, you're probably not going to be in the major league. Very few pitchers in major leagues are not 6 foot, at least. Because they get further extension off the mound. Yes, that's what we're here for, man. Talk about narcissistic tendencies. $3.82. Dude, we gotta get what? Can I even do the math? I don't even think I can do the math. Was that like 60, 70 more cents? 60 more cents? Watching from England, welcome. Is Nick Fuentes your brother? Alright, come on, Restored 84. You've been in this live stream long enough to where you should know better than that. Guys, unfortunately, I think I've given too much attention to the fact that I apparently look like Nick Fuentes and also sound like him, to the point where I have people who just continuously, anytime you guys run out of things to talk about in the live chat, you immediately refer to Nick Fuentes. Making any money off of YouTube is pretty major. Yeah. I mean, it took me over 3 years. You pretty much, if you want to be successful on YouTube nowadays, you either have to be insane, or you have to make videos that are actually popular, and you have to make highly entertaining videos that cut back and forth every 2 seconds. And you gotta keep the pace of the videos and live streams going. But if you're like me and you just do informational brain dump videos and just live streams where you're just talking to a microphone about literally nothing, it might take you a bit longer to get monetized, just saying. I started this channel in 2023. I can't even imagine trying to start a channel in 2026. There's pretty much no point to it at this point. So many people on YouTube nowadays, you have no idea how much I wish I had started my YouTube channel 10 years ago. But unfortunately, my parents didn't think it was a great idea to be giving a young kid a phone. Unfortunately, well, nowadays, most parents will give their 5-year-old a phone just to keep them out of their hair. But my parents, they didn't have that same mindset, amazingly enough. Hey, Brian. Welcome back. I didn't expect to be doing the live stream this long. We'll see how much longer I go. If I go too much longer, I'm gonna have to charge my phone up. The percentage is getting a bit down here. No, I have not seen that live stream guy who messes with alligators' teeth. I don't, even though I myself live stream all the time, I don't watch anybody else's live streams except for, there's only one person I can think of that I ever watch. their live streams. How much can you make a month with basic content? Well, I haven't been fully monetized yet. I'm working toward 4,000 watch hours, which watching these live streams, you guys are helping me get watch hours. Watching my videos, watching shorts actually doesn't contribute to watch hours, but it wouldn't give much watch hours anyway because they're shorts. They're not very long. um, but when I get 4,000, then I can get back to you and tell you what it's like. I'm sure it's not gonna be much of anything, but it's nice to have a little side cash. You know, it's not a horrible thing. But yeah, so far on my YouTube channel, I have made $9. But I didn't get even partially monetized until uh I think beginning of this month, maybe end of last month. I don't remember. And all of them was just through super chats, not through ads on videos, which is what you gotta get the 4,000 watch hours for, um, which I think that's the best way. Um, ads. Anywho, let's talk about narcissistic tendencies. I'm feeding my ego here with these $3.15 I made on the stream, guys. Oh, thank you, James. That $38.72. Can't be feeding my ego with these fake donations, man. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it real fast. Do likes get you paid? No, they do not. The amount of likes on videos and stuff, it helps to tell YouTube that, hey, people like this video or live stream, so maybe we'll promote this video to even more people. That's what likes are for. They don't directly. It's not like, hey, if you get 10 likes on this stream, you get $5. If you get 20 likes, it's $10. You know, it's not like that. The likes don't have anything to do with the amount of money. It's just ads that play during your videos. The more people you get to watch your videos, the more money you get from the ads. Um, and then, just donations and stuff. That's pretty much it. Or if you have sponsors, which is a totally separate thing. Which, I mean, I don't know why anybody sponsors YouTube videos anymore. I don't know why any companies do it because literally everybody who watches YouTube videos, they always just skip over the sponsor spots. I have no idea why there's any sponsors at all, except for maybe like the biggest YouTubers can do sponsors. But other than that, like there's no reason for sponsors to do anything with a channel that's not like over 500,000 subscribers or like close to a million. Everybody just skips over sponsor stuff and ads and videos, and unless the person incorporates the ad along with their video, which you'll see some of the bigger YouTubers do that, so you don't skip it because you don't know where you would skip to. In the end, YouTube does not pay very well. Well, it pays really well if you got over 1 million subs. You're set for life. Um, uh, if you've got, I'd say probably 50,000 or more subs, there's probably a good chance that's your full-time living. Um, it pays decently well if, you dedicate like 10 years of it 10 years of your life to try and build your YouTube channel. Because like even Mr. Beast, he was doing videos for a long time before he got he really shot up there. Um, it takes work. Takes work. I mean, obviously there's certain shortcuts. Um, you can pay YouTube to promote your own videos, which kind of defeats the purpose unless you're just looking at in the long run of making more money in the long run than you actually pay to have a video promoted. So, whatever. Leaving the live stream, man. I'm probably going to end the live stream soon anyway. If I go too much longer, it's probably going to be bad for my mental health. uh, yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, that's just the way it works. Also, that's always going to be the way it is. Any major corporations, YouTube, anything else, they're always going to be lowballing it as much as they can because they're a monopoly. There's nobody keeping them in check. And even if they pay less to people on YouTube, people genuinely like to make videos on YouTube. A lot of people make videos on YouTube for nothing. So if you were going to lowball people, I mean, you can get away with it. But I mean, unfortunately, people have to make a living some way or another. So you just gotta try anyway. Sell merch on your own website. Honestly, I'm not. That's the one thing on YouTube I'll probably never do. My channel is about a video game that I don't exactly have the rights to, and I wouldn't have any idea. It'd be generic crap, and nobody would buy it anyway. So I don't see much point in it. Go to bed, you're tired. Yes, dude, I'm gonna be going to bed soon. What topic are we talking about? I don't even know, man. I don't even have the recollection, the conscious recollection of what I'm talking about. I think we're talking about YouTube. He's a scam artist pretending to do good for the world. Well, if you think about it, that's pretty much everybody. Everybody who makes a living pretends like they're actually helping somebody. In reality, they're just filling their pockets with money. But, I mean, how can you blame them? Because that's what this society is run on, is money. Unfortunately, the best way to make money is just scamming and manipulating people, which is how it works. Yeah, it's time for bed. It is. It is time for bed. It's long overdue. $15 15 cents for stick of gum. All right, Den. I think it's time for you to go to bed. uh, you are so handsome. Might be about time to update that prescription here. Sorry, just telling me I'm handsome doesn't mean I'm gonna keep staying up and doing this live stream for another 3 hours. I do have to go to bed. There's too much demand for too many customers. Yeah, but we can just get AI robots to take care of it for us. Desperation does that. Well, yeah, that's what the society is built off of, manipulating desperate people. It's how it works, bro. It's how everything works. And it's never going to change because the people in control of it, um, they're the ones benefiting from it, and they're not going to change it. no matter if it benefits the majority of humanity or not. What are we talking about, Jennifer? We have no idea what we're talking about. We're talking about how I need to sell some t-shirts. We're talking about how once I get to 50 likes on the live stream, I'll feel like I accomplished something, and then I'll end the live stream and go to bed because it's long overdue. Yes, restored 84. Unfortunately, a lot of people will get upset about the thing I just said, but to be honest with you, life will never be perfect because will never be perfect. And when humans are in control of things, they usually just humans are just designed to where they always need more and more and more and more, and they're never satisfied. So you're never gonna reach a good conclusion, and there's no fix for anything. It's just every man for themselves, and we just all stomp over each other, and just, it's just the way it is. My skin's falling apart, and that's not helping this platform, dude. That's why I make sure the camera quality is bad, so you can't see just how much my skin is falling apart, dude. Dude, I would rather have 1 million people watch my streams because I look good and I'm easy on the eyes. I would rather not have that than have 5 people who actually enjoy what I'm talking about. Just kidding, I definitely would not, but it sounded good, didn't it? Dude, if you watch live streams because you're looking for good people to look at, like, I mean, what are you doing? Just look up pictures of people on the internet. You don't have to watch live streams for it. Am I going to sell the picture on the wall? I would if I had permission to do so. We have 1 million different pictures in this house, and they're all ugly, if you ask me. But yeah, I'd be willing to sell it. But they're not exactly my pictures, so I don't think I have permission for it. You're loaded with caffeine right now. Well, enjoy staying up with your caffeine. Yeah, Wyatt actually understands what Wyatt has been in the stream long enough and he's figured out what is going on. These live streams is just me talking to myself, but other people get really concerned when they see you talking about yourself, so I have to cover it up by doing these live streams. Wyatt knows what's really going on here. Good for you, Wyatt. You figured it out. I don't understand these other people who think I should just read their live chats. Like, that's not why I do this. Anyway. Yeah, if I'm clearing my throat, it's probably time to end the stream. Anyway. I will maybe see you guys another time. Probably not tomorrow, though. Assuming you ever want to come back to one of my streams after this. Wyatt, I don't expect people to show respect. It's not a thing that humans do these days. And it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't. If that's the way they want to be, have at it. Bro, get some help. Yeah, I mean, what's more embarrassing, man? Doing a stream for only 2 viewers, or being somebody on a stream with only 2 viewers and still getting your live chat ignored, and then constantly talking about it because you need validated. I don't know. What's more embarrassing? I think we know the answer. Anyway, I'm ending the stream. Time for bed. Time for bed. Thanks for that $3.15 to the people who are not here anymore. Gotta get me that gotta build up the revenue for that hamburger. All right, goodbye.